Hello, our cherished viewers. It's your boy Derek. Am I your boy? No, I'm a big boy. If you are familiar with me, you can just call me Isco D. It's yet again on 45 TV. It's yet another scintillating and educative show for you today. Today, I want us to touch on a very interesting and controversial topic. Over the past few weeks, footballers have been complaining about the tight schedule. They've been complaining that they are playing too much of games, and FIFA, UEFA, and all other bodies do not care about their health, about their fitness. All that they care about is the money. The money. We saw a recent interview by Rodrigo Cascante where he says that if it gets to the point of footballers actually rebelling or hitting on strike, they would. Just on the eve of the UEFA Champions League, Koundé had an interview where he also agreed with the words of Rodrigo, saying that yes, if footballers would want to strike, yes, they would all come into agreement and strike. In a recent interview by one of the directors of football, he said something that yes, he agrees with what Rodrigo is saying. Because he used Rodrigo as an example that he played in the Euros, plays in the UEFA Champions League, and he's also playing the Premier League, going to play a whole lot of matches, and there is UEFA Nations League 2 coupled with qualifiers. He says he could play as many as 70 games, using him as a case study that yes, the more the games, the more we wouldn't see the quality and how beautiful the games are. So he agreed with him that footballers shouldn't be stressed out. What the footballers are saying makes sense, but then I disagree with them totally blaming UEFA and blaming FIFA. It is for a reason that clubs register 30 footballers, especially La Liga. 30 footballers are being registered. It is for a reason that clubs do not have just 11 players. So much of these blames should be hitting clubs and coaches who are so much fixated and instead of certain group of players. What is the point of buying players when you don't play them? Football clubs now want to win every title that is available for them, that they barely rotate. Who is to protect the health of their players much better than football clubs and coaches? No better person can do that than football clubs themselves. I remember when Real Madrid refused Kylian Mbappe and their French contingent from playing in the Olympic Games. Madrid, in their response to the FFF, the French Football Federation, they said that we've been complaining about the gruesome schedule, the tight schedule. If we can't protect our players, who else can protect our players? Nobody can protect players much more than football clubs. So coaches should be able to rotate their players. They should look at the health of their players. Some clubs are so much fixated on their first 11. There are certain players that they play them almost every game throughout the season. You are putting the players at risk. You do not have just 11 footballers. You have more than 11 footballers. Make good use of your subs. Make good use of the academy. Make good use of your French players. Give them minutes to play. That is the reason why they are registered. They are not paid huge sums of money to sit on the bench. They are not mazoues. Make good use of your players. It's not just always about UEFA, always about FIFA, always about CAF, always about the federations, always about the league, talking about the tight schedule and why players don't get opportunity to rest. You can also rest your players. You don't have just 11 footballers. So clubs of football fans and players should cut us the slack. When some of you are being rested, you run to the media and complain. When your minutes are being reduced, you run to the media and complain. Come on, it is about time that managers, coaches, clubs are able to manage the minutes of their players. So if federations are not reducing the amount of matches that players are being played, what role are you also playing? If you don't reduce the matches that players are playing, reduce their minutes, share minutes, rotate the squad. Again, I hammer it. There is a reason why a club doesn't register just 11 players for the season. It is for a reason. How many signings goes in the season? How many signings did Chelsea have in the transfer window, in the summer window? There is a winter transfer window. There is a summer transfer window where clubs are allowed to buy and sign football players and register them for the season. In the UEFA Champions League, there is a list A and a list B. In the list B, you are afforded to put in homegrown footballers, to put in academy players. Clubs should make good use of the academy players. This is the time we should give chance, opportunity. I love how Barcelona is making good use of the young players. Lamine Yamal, Benyal, Casado, Paul Kobasi, they are fourth. They are giving chance to the academy players. Clubs should learn from what Barcelona is doing. Give chance to the academy players. Give chance to the French players. You are overusing your players. There are games that are of little importance. Find somebody who disagree with me that in every game is important, as all games give you 3 points. That is true, but there is different level of how difficult certain games are. You can never say that an Arsenal versus a Man City game is same as Arsenal playing against Ipswich Town. It is different ball game altogether. So clubs should be able to manage the minutes of their own players. Players are their assets. Players are the asset of a football club. They are their human resources. They are their property. You play players. Look, Neymar went to Al Hilal, and Neymar for over a year hasn't played more than even 5 games for Al Hilal, but he is still receiving his booty. You can go out for 7 months injured. David Alaba has been out for Real Madrid for more than 6 months. He is still getting paid. Gavira in Barcelona, he has been injured ACL for several months. He still gets his paid. He still gets his paycheck. So which club should be able to manage the minutes of their players? Clubs have become so competitive. I want to ask to touch on the English football. When we are young, in the League Cup, in the FA Cup, you could see Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger, Martin O'Neill, coaches back then. They were fielding their French players in FA Cups, in Carling Cups back then. So they were able to manage the minutes of their big guys in the Premier League and in the Champions League when it mattered most. But now clubs have this, there is this sort of agitation, there is this sort of entitlement on clubs to win all trophies available. Clubs go into the season that we need to win the treble at all costs. If we don't win the treble, we have failed. That's the mindset of certain football fans. If we don't win a sextuple, if we don't win 6 trophies that we are fighting for in a season, we have failed. No, you haven't failed. At least you should win something. Give chance to players who do not have chance. Now, I look at Real Madrid. Madrid had Jesus Vallejo. And in the Champions League game, you could see Madrid fielding Daniel Carvajal as centre-back when you have Jesus Vallejo on the bench. And in their subsequent game, you saw Real Madrid fielding Aurelien Tchouameni, who is a defensive mode as centre-back. When you have Jesus Vallejo, who is being paid, who is a centre-back, who receives his paycheck at the end of every week, he's being placed on the bench. And you turn around and blame FIFA, you blame UEFA, you blame La Liga, you blame the governing bodies for your players getting injured. Come on, I don't agree with you on that. I don't. Yes, they have their fair share of blame, but clubs also have a fair share of blame not protecting their players. And let's again, yes, I praise Barcelona for making good use of the academy, but then clubs also overplay their players. Look at what is happening in Barcelona when young players are not given the chance to grow in their own small body or young bodies. So young footballers are made to play as big men in the bodies of a young man. Yes, I gave them praise to fielding the younger players, but then where I would hit their back, I'll give them a stick. It's overplaying the younger players too. I saw during the UEFA Nations League the qualifiers to the World Cup, Luis de la Fuente had come out, Lamine Yamal had a bit of a scare, and the next match we will see Lamine Yamal starting the game. Daniel Olmo had a precaution. He had a blow in the national team camp. Next subsequent game, and you will see him starting the game for Barcelona. He is now injured for 6 weeks. Who are you blaming here? Are you blaming the Spanish national team alone? No, blame your clubs too. Make good use of your bigger squad. Make good use of other players that are at your disposal. They are not paid to sit on the bench. They are paid to play. So play them. Give them an opportunity. I mean, you may never know how good someone is until he gets the opportunity to play. When one player plays a game and he doesn't give the performance desired of him, you just hit them at the back. No. Football is just like any other business. You grow on the game. The more you play, the more you develop your skills. Experience is not bought on the market. Experience is grown over time. Nobody buys experience. Nobody wakes up one day and said, I'm an experienced player, I'm an experienced coach, I'm an experienced architect, I'm an experienced entrepreneur, I'm an experienced broadcaster. You grow on the game. Younger players or French players, squad players should be given the chance. They should be given the opportunity to show their mettle. Two, they should be given the opportunity. This goes in the long run to reducing the quantum of injuries that players have been facing over the last few years. This does not only affect their health, it also brings disparity or disruption to our beautiful game. It brings disruption to our beautiful game. So clubs should take it as a personal project to protect the health of their players. To protect the health of their players. It is their utmost responsibility to protect their players. If federations, if CAF, FIFA, UEFA, the governing bodies are not doing this, the CONMEBOLs, the CONCACAF, they are not doing this, what are clubs also doing to protect their players? You register a number of players for the season. Give chance to your players. Give chance to other players. I say, repeat after me. Give chance to other players. It's such an interesting segment. I want you to leave your comments under after watching the video. What do you also make of it? Do you think that clubs are doing the right thing by always playing their best players, not rotating? Or you agree that clubs should always play their best player because you want to see beautiful game and UEFA should cut the crap? Cut up. FIFA should cut up those unnecessary games. What's your opinion on that? I'm looking forward to your opinion. Like, share, and subscribe. It's 45 TV. It's sports football on 45 TV. It's a wrap. Bingo.